Welcome to Inbound After Hours. Great to have everyone back on the show today. It's been...
Sorry. Carry on, that'll do.
So it's been a while since we've all been together. I think it'd be good to start off with going around the room, talk about what we've been up to this week, see if we can add any value to the listeners. We start with Andrew.
Yeah, so I've been down in that London doing workshops. So yeah, we've been doing a lot of workshops recently. This one was around automation, HubSpot, workflows, how to use the tool with our clients. So yeah, really enjoying them. It's good to get out and about.
Where was it?
Where specifically?
Yeah.
Oh, Pall Mall.
In the car place.
The car place. I think that's the name. Yeah, it's the Royal Automobile Club. So
where everyone does their workshops, of course.
It's the only place I'll do workshops.
I heard a rumour you had to wear a suit as well. Is that true?
Yeah, it's sort of random chino and like blue jacket, like pass off as a suit. Yeah.
Did you see the
Queen? No, I didn't see the Queen.
Not this week.
That's not
the
how it
Grand
works
Prix
down
trophy.
there. No.
Me and Jack went down and we were in the big room because there was a big group of us, and we just had a bit of a break and we were just looking round. In amongst this trophy cabinet, we just spotted the British Grand Prix gold trophy.
I mean, why not?
In amongst like
the funny thing I did
a
see
clock
actually,
off an old Aston Martin or something.
I where behind the sort of projector, there was a little sign, like a little wooden frame with a printed sign in it. And as you read it, it said, really sorry for the inconvenience. You may know, if you are a member, you may know that here there used to be some artwork hung. It's currently being restored. We're really sorry that it's not here. So there's a sign. I just thought, yeah, that's London for you.
Yeah.
Did that impact your reviews of your workshop?
No, I don't think anyone noticed it, just me. It's like, yeah.
How many people in these workshops, Andrew?
Anything like 10, 15, not a huge group. But yeah, no, it was really good.
Good
How
stuff.
come you guys got to go there? And whenever I do workshops, I'm in the Hilton. Nothing wrong with the Hilton. It's a lovely place. But how come you go exciting places for your workshops and I end up in back rooms, hotels and shit that?
That's just you all over, innit? Back rooms at hotel.
Ricky,
maybe not the forum for that. But
Ricky in the back of King's Cross again.
Yeah.
all the workshops
Swiftly on.
I've been working on Love Inbound Talk. So the event's next month. I've started doing some research, been looking at content length and what people are after in their content, and trying to work out whether like all the studies of longer is better is always right, because it's not for me personally. I don't know if that's
just yeah. Fun.
Sometimes it is, but sometimes it isn't. So I'm just trying to get some data around that and see what the data's saying.
While we're on the subject of our event next month, Love Inbound, do you want to chat about who we've got? What guest speakers?
Yeah.
Anyone?
go for it.
Top of my head.
Yeah.
Ricky.
I am there. Yeah.
Paul. Yeah. Paul speaking.
People in this room.
Yeah. So we've got Luke Carthy.
Podcast with him.
Yeah. So we've
just gone out.
Yeah.
Got Luke Summerfield over from the States again.
He will be good.
He's really good.
So will Luke Carthy, but
Got Megan Anderson, VP
Megan
of Marketing, HubSpot, coming over from Cambridge.
Yeah.
I'm waiting to see if people can get them all. It's like a game.
Yeah. We've got Luke Staten over as well. He's been on the last two events. He's really good, motivational speaker. Got Luke coming over.
Any other Lukes? Got
Yeah.
three.
Just the three this time.
Luke Chadwick.
Yeah. Many tickets left on that, Emily?
Got about 75 places left.
Okay, 75 places left. So
Did you say it's going like hotcakes? Selling like hotcakes? They're free, but yeah, okay. Last few, etc.
We got our 100th sign up, didn't we, recently? We're up to about 100.
yeah, so we're
Nice.
looking forward to that. Last year, a real success. So yeah, we'd love to see you there. If you're in the area near Manchester, please come through. So,
Where can you find out more about that?
Never mind.
You tell me.
Loveinboundevent.com.
Oh, there you go. Good plug. Well done.
Okay. What have you been up to, Ricky?
It's pretty busy sales time of year, so been on the road a lot since we've come back from the new year. Been out 3 or 4 days
Brent.
a week. Yeah, on the road, life on the road. Me and Kaz
Yeah, good.
That's it, really. Driving around, speaking to people.
Yeah, we've been doing a lot of planning for 2020, as you know, so we've been busy sort of sharing this with the team this week. So we've our entire leadership team did a 2-hour presentation all on our marketing strategy for the coming 2020. Some really interesting stuff there, especially our video first approach. So we've been busy with that, and now it's time to execute. So all going well.
Exciting times.
Thanks for the update, guys. Okay. Bit of a structure change as well to the show. Anyone want to chat about that? Paul?
Yeah, so we've had a good run of shows lately with some good guests on. So we found a lot of value in having external speakers coming in and telling us about their niche and their bit of expertise. So we're going to sort of create some different types of show under the Digital 22 podcast. So if you follow this Inbound After Hours podcast, this setup with us talking about something topical or something really specific, or usually not if us four are talking about something, that'll be one type of show, and we'll do one of these a month, and then in between we'll have guest interviews and the Inbound Influencers series that we used to do. We'll be back. We've also got a lot of events that we're doing, so we're going to take the right talks from those that will work in as a podcast format, so you can get loads of knowledge from lots of different people, not just us four idiots. I think that's the 4, isn't it? And then they'll all come in the same stream. So sort of, I think you mentioned the Gary V audio experience or Drifts or Seeking Wisdom podcast. They used to do it. There's loads of them do it, but it's the same show, so you only need to follow one. But we'll tag them up, and you'll know if it's a show that you're interested in.
Yeah, good stuff. This is our 3rd year now of podcasting.
Yeah, it must be.
It's been a while. I know, Ricky, you ran some stats the other day which you shared with the team regarding where these podcasts are being listened to. Do you want to share some of them?
Yeah, so just a bit like the Spotify roundups everyone got personally at the back end of last year. At the beginning of this year, they did one for podcast editors. So I got some stats through. One of the ones from Spotify specifically is it's listened to in 16 countries. I think when you look across the other networks, there's a few more countries as well, which is a bit odd. Like we said, I don't know why someone in Argentina is listening to this maybe, but I hope they're enjoying it. I'd love to know who they are.
Yeah.
Hello from England.
Buenos dias.
Exactly. But it's seemed to be getting traction, which is always good to know. There's plenty of people listening.
Yeah, I forgot how much I enjoy it actually. Now we're all back chatting again. It's quite enjoyable.
Can we do them in the afternoon though, so we can have a beer?
Yeah, that's the only thing. It's 10 a.m. now.
It's supposed to be after hours.
It's meant to be after hours.
Pre-drinks.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to have to put the time back a little
I've
bit.
had 2 this morning, I can't have another.
Good stuff. Topic of the week then. Been reading about the YouTube organic reach outranking Wikipedia. It's a bit of an update. Anyone want to chat about that?
I think we talk a lot on the show about the importance of video, don't we? And I think things like that just go to show how important it is, but more so how much more importantly Google's taken it. I guess you look at most of the data, most results you go on will have a video carousel on there. And if that's outranking things like Wikipedia now, that's a pretty good sign for anyone who's investing in the video marketing.
I think that's one of the workshops Andrew mentioned. I've, with the same client, done a content one. And just a couple of weeks ago I was saying, like, when giving some advice on choosing keywords and topics and things to write about, it's like, if you can see Wikipedia ranking, like, find something else.
Yeah.
But if you've got video now, you can actually outrank probably the most famous website in the world.
Yeah, for sure.
It were interesting, the article I was reading about if you can get them early adopters within your sort of niche to start liking, commenting and sharing, it'll boost you even higher. So I think we need
on posting? You mean when you post?
Yeah, as soon as you post your video, them early adopters, sort of your fan base. So we need to start trying to push that as well as a series.
Tell us about your old YouTube account.
Oh,
You're quite a big thing now, aren't you, on YouTube?
This sounds a bit murky. What's going on?
Yeah, so back in the day, we used to have a sort of a media agency, and we post some stuff on YouTube and totally forgot about it. And we got an email the other day after about 6 years ago saying we've nearly hit 1 million views. I think 16,000 subscribers. So
Wow.
Totally forgot about it. So the question is, can we merge them into our account? But I don't think it's possible.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem like it.
No, just a shame, isn't it?
Yeah.
If that's done that without touching it and not even remembering you had it.
Yeah,
It just shows if you get it right, and you don't even need to touch it again. Just like blogs that build organically, those videos are doing as well.
Yeah, it was an explainer video as well. I think it was 6-year-old. We posted that 6 years ago, an explainer video on motion graphics, and then it's obviously people have been watching it. And
There's one on designing a logo, wasn't there?
Yeah.
I think, which did really well back in the days. I remember we had to switch the inbox off for that because you used to get at least 5 a day requests to design logos, and obviously that wasn't particularly the business you were in, because people just wanting fast, cheap logos and stuff, and you were doing a branding agency. But if you were a logo designer, that's exactly where you'd want to be, and I imagine those still go somewhere. We just don't get them anymore. But yeah, it worked really well.
Could we sell that video?
We should do.
could we
Be
monetize
interesting.
on that?
Yeah.
If it's getting 1 million views, should we start?
We as
putting
well,
ads
we're
on
in
it?
on this.
Yeah,
We're
we're
on
on
your
video.
video.
We're in on it. Yeah, we'll share the
If
wealth.
you design logos and you want 5 leads a day from a video that gets 1 million views, give us a shout.
Yeah, give us a shout. But no, it's interesting though, isn't it? 6 years later, a video we've forgotten about, close to 1 million views.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think big news in HubSpot land is HubSpot Marketing Enterprise feature launch. You'll have probably seen everyone having a bit of a push at this. HubSpot's done a contest to make sure people are pushing it at the partner side, so I'm sure there's lots of interactions on LinkedIn and videos and such like, and blog posts and things. But they're making some pretty good moves into the enterprise space on the marketing side, which is obviously a welcome news to us.
I think one of the last frontiers for those guys, obviously covering the middle market and the free version last year, which the starter and the free got a lot better. This is like that final piece in the puzzle now to sort of address any of the challenges against things like Marketo, which are nowhere near in terms of usability, but at an enterprise level sometimes that doesn't matter because they've got such a complex setup or whatever. People just stuck with the Salesforce like environment sort of thing. And I think HubSpot I read a few things from HubSpot people around like that's the old way, that it's an enterprise piece of software, it's clunky, that's just how it is. It is very complex and customizable, and that's why we keep it. HubSpot's great, looks lovely, you do great marketing, and now they're saying, well, why does that have to be the case? We can actually offer this experience to all levels. And some of the tools which I've got here, which they've introduced, are really exciting. Particularly for me is the adaptive A/B testing. From a traditional A/B test where you run it, you manually pick a winner, and you then enable that winner to that goes on, and you set up another test, and it's very manual. And there is a period of time where you're showing to 50% an inefficient page. Adaptive testing, you can set up multiple pages, more than 2, which will launch at the same time, and HubSpot will then funnel traffic live. So it'll start showing to 25% each, and as those conversions come in, it will start to direct traffic to those pages automatically. Yeah. So you very quickly show the better page sooner. So for an enterprise company that will have that very high traffic volumes, that's really important, because
don't waste time.
The time cost of error there is a lot bigger. So I'm really excited. We're starting to use that now, taking some of our old manual A/B tests and putting them into an adaptive test, which is great. Obvious things like they've been increasing their capacities on things like workflows, lists, and reports, where I think they're limiting, doubling workflows up to 1,000, lists and reports, 200 custom reports, things like that, which may seem quite bizarre to a lot of us to think that that's necessary, but when you're working across multiple departments in these multinational companies, every team wants a custom dashboard for their small little piece of their team. They want that sending out daily, and where we might be bringing in a lot of things like Databox to do that gap. Now it's great to see HubSpot offer that out the box. There's tons of stuff, multiple email preferences, like quite nerdy things that you might not know unless you're working across lots of clients, but we've had loads of challenges with that, where you've got an enterprise client sending out lots of different types of emails to different types of people, and they're really worried if one person can just hit unsubscribe from all, that just ruins their sort of ecosystem of email. So having multiple subscription preference centers is really good for us.
I saw for the first time this week, you guys might have seen it, this, what do they call it, the sale of their plan for being ready for enterprises and becoming an enterprise offering properly. But we're getting some of the more fun tools now. It's like the bottom of the sale was all about legalities and securities and permissions and
no, for sure.
but with things like the A/B testing, we're getting the fun stuff now,
Yeah,
aren't we, with the
absolutely.
scale for enterprise.
No, for sure.
Definitely.
I think a couple of things I've noticed about this launch, they've really gone for Marketo, which is the first time I've actually seen HubSpot say this is a versus Marketo play. Like, it's been in the marketing and everything. I think that's quite interesting that they're going for that. And then on a feature side, I think whenever you reviewed HubSpot versus Marketo, there's always been reasons to buy HubSpot over Marketo, but then there's been reasons why you couldn't buy HubSpot because of things, the basics from an enterprise perspective. So things like permissioning and partitioning and the fundamental stuff you mentioned, I think they've closed, or this play has really been one to close those gaps. So now there's no reason not to buy it over Marketo rather than adding functions that makes it better than Marketo.
Yeah.
I think that's been a very different and deliberate play this time. And like Andrew says, really good news for us on a lot of this stuff because we're hitting these problems with the clients we've got. I know things like workflow limit numbers are things we've hit with a lot of clients recently. Definitely had multi-preference center struggles, partitioning struggles, user access rights, all these things when you get big enterprise clients or clients that have a lot of brands under a group become really important. And historically, you'd have no choice but to go to something Marketo just because it offers you the functionality, even though it's a clunkier, slower, not as good UX product, but it just simply had tick the boxes from an enterprise perspective.
Yeah, and I think it's good timing as we see HubSpot maturing in the UK especially. A lot of the bigger companies that are switching to that from legacy systems and using that ecosystem. I know last year was a lot around the smaller end of the market and the ecosystem and the integration side of things. So it's really interesting start to the year to sort of, like I say, close that off and look at now it's kind of is the full package. I don't know how you could get around saying it isn't. So yeah, great for us. Big change. A lot of this stuff has been in like beta for a while. A lot of it's been properly launched now. So yeah, good stuff.
I think still the big, I think we have talked about this on a podcast before, is just how they are still trying to go completely bottom end free products, one man band starter kits through to huge enterprise level software. They're still doing that, which is interesting. I think it's an amazing time to be a HubSpot customer because there's something for you at every price point. But to be a HubSpot partner agency and to be in the marketing department of HubSpot is still hard because you've got to talk to so many different persona types. And like I said last time, we get a call from someone saying we're on HubSpot. That could mean anything these days. It could mean you're not paying a penny. Or it could mean you're paying £20,000 a month and you've got the full suite. Like, and you've got to try and decide where they are in that sort of cycle and stuff.
What's your prediction then? They're obviously going for the jugular on Marketo. They've really gone for it. They're going to try and take some of that market share. What's your predictions over the next sort of 12 to 24 months? Do you think that's capable?
Yeah, I think they've been going around on Marketo for a long time on that side. I'd probably even hazard a guess that they've got quite a bigger user base at Marketo on the enterprise side already. It's just like, say, giving them no reason to not buy it anymore. So I can see it being a pretty hard time for Marketo. The thing Marketo's got to do to compete with HubSpot is change the UX of the whole software, which is actually...
That's easy.
Yeah, that's the hardest bit to do. It's changing the underlying technology, whereas HubSpot's just adding features to a platform that's already pretty modern. So Salesforce has had that problem for years and they've suffered from it. They've always been the powerful, most feature-rich, but it's a dog's dinner and it looks terrible. It's not a modern piece of software. One day they're going to have to revamp what Salesforce looks and feels like from a UX perspective. But they've not done that for 15 years or so.
Interesting. I haven't looked at the share value recently since this launch. It'd be interesting to see what happens there as well.
I've not looked at since this particular launch. No, it's always going up though. Annoyingly, that I never bought them. I still won't buy HubSpot shares because I know the price I could have got them like when we first came in. And I know that's the opposite way to think about shares.
Yeah,
but it's just annoying.
Good stuff. I think that's it from us today then. It's great to be back as a team. Let's try and do this at least once a month now. As a team, we're going to be doing regular podcasts throughout our different sort of sectors. So, good to have you back. Don't forget to leave a comment so we can get super high in YouTube, especially when we launch the video. And thank you for having us. Please leave comments, please leave feedback, and we'll see you soon.
Enjoyed it.
Cheers
everyone.
See you in a bit.
Bye.